Nice.
Are we ready to go?
We are not. Please hold, please. Hmm. Angela, are you seeing anything on the YouTube page?
It's there now.
It's there? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I see it now too. Okay, good. I was, again, having a little freak out. Okay, perfect. All right, Chairman Thorwall, we are recording. We are live streaming. Um, if you are ready, it is 10:01, so
Thank
I
you.
would,
It is 10:01 a.m. On Friday, July 24th, 2026, and this meeting of the Arizona Oil and Gas Confirmation Commission has come to order. Our first order of business is to take roll call. This is Commissioner Thorwald. I'm present. Commissioner Ballard, are you present?
Here, sir.
Commissioner Conway, are you present?
I am.
Commissioner Firerobbin, are you present?
Here.
Wonderful. Do we have a representative from the Land Department?
I'm David Haig, Arizona Land Department.
And is our AAG Taylor Parmenter here?
Yes, Taylor Parmenter, Assistant Attorney General.
Wonderful. Then let us get started, and we will move on to the administrator's report. Administrator Roberts, Administrator LePage, are you with us?
Yes, Commissioner Thorwald.
Yes,
Chairman
Commissioner Thorwald.
Very good. Administrator Roberts, do you want to proceed?
Yes, sir. We'll start with agenda item 1A, rules and legislation timeframe update. Chairman Thorwald is going to be giving an update on this a little bit later during the meeting. So we can move on to 1B, the Freeport-McMoran well drilling application for a geothermal well. If you want to show the application, yeah. Can we start with page 19, actually, and
Sure.
then come back to 38.
Sorry,
If
it's a long application, sorry.
It is. Sorry about that. I should have told you that before.
All right, so 18 and
Then
19.
yeah, 19. I think 19 shows a pretty good depiction of what they're doing. They have submitted all the required information. This is their survey showing that their request for the second well is actually going to be from the same pad. It's pad number 6 called well number 2. And then if you go down to page 38 now, Wendy, thank you. Of course, it would have to be all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's all right.
So page 38 just shows a more detailed view of the well and how far apart they are. They were pretty close together on the same pad, but really kind of going in different directions. So this application is up for approval by the commission. Any discussion?
Commissioners, do you have any questions? Comments?
Well, Chairman Thorwald, this is Commissioner Ballard. I guess I'll just remind the commission that these wells were, of course, already approved by the commission, with the exception of finalizing the bottom hole location and, of course, the various application requirements. So I really have a feeling that I know all about this. I probably don't, but I've read through everything. And I'm glad to see that they have decided to utilize a single pad. That wasn't included in the original applications. I think that's a great idea. And I don't see any problems with the bottom hole location.
This is Chairman Thorwald. I have a question for them. What was the reasoning for putting them so close together?
Is there a representative from FMI?
This is Levi Anderson with Zandscar,
Hi, Levi.
representing or managing the project for FMI. Just allows us to use a smaller pad, having them closer together, less disturbance. Just
Once they, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any other questions? Do we need a vote on this?
This is Windy Flood. You do need to vote on this because this is a separate well. It's a additional well.
That's what I thought. Commissioners, any further discussion on this before I call for a vote? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Well, Chairman Thorwald, this is Commissioner Ballard. I move we accept this drilling application for the second well off pad 6.
Do we have a second?
Mike Conway, second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any abstention?
Aye.
Any nays? The motion carries. We will move on to the next item on the agenda. Item 2, Orphan Well Program Update. Administrator
Yes.
LePage.
Yes, good morning, Chairman Thorwald. This is Tina LePage with ADEQ. What we have on, we're still on the 54 wells that we have plugged so far. Being the end of the ADEQ fiscal year, we're in a lull right now, so we're starting back up. Tetra Tech is starting the process again to start a new batch of wells. So we'll start seeing the numbers start ticking up and so forth. So looking at what we have also, oh, go ahead, Wendy, it would be the next item, sorry.
All set.
Okay, so we have one plugging application in from Tetra Tech. It is 02-021-05-023. And that is one of the wells that was on the pre-approved list that we got some time ago. We have Tetra Tech on the phone or on the call if anybody has any questions on this one.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for Tetra Tech?
Well, Commissioner Thorwald, this is Commissioner Ballard. Just a couple quick items, and that's if it's the same one that was posted a few days ago, I guess it's on the older Form 9. That's not a big deal. We didn't change that many items. So one thing we did change, of course, was to have the notice our request for the below ground marker or monument. And I think this might be a candidate for that. Is that true, or is that the plan?
This is Micah with Tetra Tech. I'll have to check on that. I know it's on the old one because I submitted this in November.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Some of these have been waiting around, but I don't even think we need to redo the form, but if you just add that to the form for our
It does
approval.
look like it on that map though, that's in an agricultural area. So I would say that's a good bet.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure how we want to proceed. Do we want to approve it with changes? The date's also kind of strange. Commencement date is dated 2025. We want to approve it with a little changes, commissioners?
Commissioners, what are your thoughts?
Robin, I'd be fine approving it as
you suggested. I'm good with that too. This is Mike Conway.
I would also be fine with that. Commissioner
I can
Ballard, do you?
amend and resubmit to, Wendy. That way you can see it for a signature.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Do we have a motion? Commissioner Ballard, since you had brought that up, do you want to take a shot at making a motion?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. I move we accept this Form 9 and approve the plugging of this well with the modifications that we have mentioned, changing the date, using the newer form and specifying whether a subsurface marker is going to be needed here. We will prove it if it is, because it's an agricultural area.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Commissioner Ballard, I'm not hearing let's just do a
Aye.
roll call because I'm not hearing everybody on that. Commissioner Ballard, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Conway, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Firerobbin, how do you vote?
Aye.
And this is Commissioner Thorwald. I also vote aye. The motion carries. Let's move on to 2B.
So we have two wells. The first one, 02, 027, 05, 013. That is a Form 10. It was plugged in April. Do we have any questions on this one?
Commissioners, any questions, any discussion?
I'm going to get to the pictures because I know you guys like them. Here's some.
Well, this is Commissioner Ballard, Mr. Chairman. I really only have one comment, and Wendy was right. I would wish we would have more pictures in the future. It's kind of nice to see the scene, especially as we depart and see the restoration of the land, or at least, a few other shots of what the surrounding area looked like before and after. Yeah, other than that, that looks fine. Looks like it was mainly just to replace the surface plug. All looks in order to me.
And that's an example of one of the below ground plaques.
That's right. That's right. That's a good example for people.
Yeah, I'll go back to it. There we go.
Good. Commissioners, any other questions?
So this is Commissioner Rowley. I don't think we actually have to vote or.
You don't.
Right. If nobody has any objections.
Yeah.
We can move on.
Let us move on to 2C.
All right, the second Form 10 is 02, 019, 05, 001. It was plugged on May 7th. This is the last Form 10 submitted, and this one will take care of, we will be up to date on all of the 54 Form 10s. So this is the last one of the set. Do we have any questions on this one?
Commissioners, any thoughts, questions, comments? Hearing none, let's move on to the other one on the
Well, I think, Chairman Thorwald, this is the last Form 10. So I'm just going
okay.
through the pictures for for Commissioner Ballard's benefit.
Good.
Thank you. No, I will say that, I did have one question. Was a cement bond log actually run on this well? I know it was a tentative item. Is Micah still here?
I'm still here. I'm looking right now. It's a while ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, if one was run, we'd like to see those in the documentation. And I see either based on the CBL or some other information that you have that you actually perfed and repaired the cement job up pretty shallow, about 300 feet. I want to commend you on that. And I'm very glad to see us paying the most attention to where we need to up in the shallow portion of the well where using water might be. So just wanted to commend you on it.
We did not run it because we couldn't fill the hole, so there was a hole there.
Okay.
So we circulated through that hole and plugged it that way.
All right. This is Tina LePage with ADEQ. I think based on Commissioner Ballard's comments, we'll include additional photos before and after of the scene, just to give you a lay of the land. No problem. Thank you so much for the comment.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, we will move on to agenda item 3, discussion and updates on state, federal rule making and legislation. We had a discussion with the governor's office earlier this week with regard to the rule making process, since we are coming up on our 5-year review. So we are in that process. And I'm combining A and C on this discussion. We have created 11 drafts now of the rulemaking. We have submitted those to ADEQ and to the governor's office. This includes everything that with regard to the rulemaking that needs to be changed, that I believe anyway, that we have covered most everything. I'm going to ask Commissioner Ballard to jump in on this in a moment, but you all saw the earlier version of it. I would ask that staff send out the latest version to the commissioners to take a look at. But what we would like to do at this point is to while it is still in draft form, send it out to all of the stakeholders to take a look at, and get their comments and input on it. Our time frame is to get feedback from the governor's office and approval to move forward with what may or may not have changes into it, and to incorporate any comments that we get from the stakeholders, and then bring that back before the commission at our September meeting for everybody to take a look at and vote, or any final changes, and then in October to submit this to the GERC, the Governor's Regulatory Review Council, at which time Commissioner Ballard will make the presentation to GERC. Since I am the vice chair of GERC, I will be recusing myself on GERC. So that is the planned schedule. Any questions about that, commissioners? Comments, suggestions?
It all sounds very good to me. This is Mike Conway.
Commissioner, I'm also going to ask us to vote on this too, to give us permission to, we don't need to, but I'd rather have it formalized, to take this draft out to the stakeholders to get their input on this. Commissioner Ballard, do you want to jump in and talk about this for a few moments?
Well, certainly, Mr. Chairman. Of course, this is the document we've been working on and reviewed in pretty extensive detail at a previous meeting. So some of the comments that were made at the meeting and some communication had with some of the other commissioners and staff have been addressed or included. In some cases, there were issues that we really couldn't address because they were in statute. That turned out to be the case with the confidentiality revisions that we talked about. 2 years after the 1 year, it's in statute. Can't do anything about it. Some of the other ideas, we had some research done a little bit into the pit situation and found that we're not really out of sync with ADEQ, so it's probably not a big issue at this time. I mean, all the rules are probably in needing of updating and can find some things that are wrong with them, but we went through a pretty arduous process trying to find the most important issues, and of course, there's 10 now, and there's 3 levels of detail. The executive summary, this slightly more detailed review that we're going through now, and then there's the appendix with the 14 points addressed for each rule or group of rules, but in particular, any rule that we're recommending for change. So I don't know, maybe I want to go back up to the top and just remind people on the most brief version what the 10 items are. Can we go back up to the top?
Oh, yes.
So the biggest issues we've identified, of course, are the UIC primacy. Now that Arizona has it, we think there needs to be a little more synergy between the DEQ and the commission on what the requirements, now the EPA requirements that we need to follow. The bond amount, we've talked about that a lot and had some good ideas going forward. And we don't have a final proposal to fix the bond. We really just have the general problem stated that it's still $10,000. Oh, and we were going to get some input at some point to help us finalize, and that doesn't have to be at this point. But when you do finalize the language and the bonding, we want to use some information from the orphan well program, of course, to see what kind of realistic costs we've been encountering, with the goal that we really do have a bond sufficient to plug the average well based on a kind of a depth range. And we also had the idea, kind of modeled on something that Texas does, to have a little less sticker shock at the front by having probably a bond that isn't big enough, quote unquote. The first few years are not very high risk for operators walking away from their wells. It kind of increases with time. So what we came up with was a scheme where after a few years, in order to keep the well, you're probably in a suspended, temporary abandonment status. So we'll build in language that they have to add to the bond each year they want to keep the well, maybe over a 5-year period or something, such that at the end of that period with the initial bond and the 5 years of supplemental payments, they will be at that point fully bonded for the average well. So that's the kind of thing we're thinking of. We're also, the suggestion came up that we have a sliding scale, $2, per foot or something like that. All that, the final is not done. That's just this stage. We're just pointing it out as a problem area. Artificial well stimulation, of course, when our rules were done, that was such a routine procedure that we don't even really have any technical specifications. So we got some from the AZOGCC and we can just pretty much plug those in there so that they'll be there in case anyone does want to artificially stimulate a well. The geothermal rules are the other area of potentially large amount of rulemaking being required. I'm not sure, there's probably going to be more than one parallel process on this, but we're at the position where some rules could be formulated to move the geothermal permitting sequence along for your more complicated situations, where people want to drill injector wells or they want artificially stimulate the wells. Those really big projects, we haven't seen anything quite like that, but we want to move in the direction where we're going to be ready in order to regulate those. And then we get down kind of into some more minor issues that I guess we all thought would make a difference. They'll change a little bit of the format for how people drill a well, finish a well, how much time they have before they have to come to the commission or request a temporary abandonment or plug. And a lot of this will feed into the new bonding scheme so that there'll be a little bit more clear path to operators in that first few years after they have drilled a well. And so, yeah, there's several, definitions, well spacing. We're using the language of the rules that say we can more or less customize spacing units based on the geology and the reservoir engineering. And we do that. So we've got everything from 10-acre spacings to 40-acre spacings. And the old language in the original rules just have a generic 640 and 80. I never even seen us do an 80. So it's silly not to have the rules spell out what we're really doing, so an operator can read them in advance and figure out what his options are. So this is just updating updating to tell them what we're doing. And then we get down into some engineering standards. We were lucky enough to get AZOGCC to look at a few rules, I think 7 in total. I mentioned one earlier. These are 3 other rules that they updated technical specifications for. I won't get into the details. It's a different kind of pipe grade that's now available in standard than when those rules were written. Different references to books and things like that. But we had like the 1950 version or something, and there's a newer version available. So these are just updates on engineering aspects of the actual wellbore. So that's what we've got. Hope everybody's basically happy. Like Frank says, we're on number 11, and a lot of those weren't major changes. Of course, we were just trading back and forth word changes with a little AI input. But I guess that's as much as a summary as anybody needs. I'll certainly answer any questions anybody has.
Commissioners, do you have any questions, comments?
This is Mike Cowie, none from me.
Bye, Robin. No comment.
Well, in that case, I would like to ask for a vote to allow us to take this out to the stakeholders and get their comments. Will somebody put forth a motion, please?
This is Mike Cowie. So moved.
Do we have a second?
Bye, Robin. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any abstention? Any nays? The motion carries. We will move on to 3B, commissioner changes. Commissioner Nations has been with us on the commission for over 50 years and was chair for many of those years. He has resigned from the commission, so we are down a person. And I just want to say that I want to congratulate and thank Dale for his long service on this commission and to the state of Arizona, and I wish him the very best. Well, anyway, commissioners, anything you would like to say or comments?
This is Mike Cowie. I agree with you entirely, Chairman Thorwald. Dale did a marvelous job in serving this commission for so many, many years.
Well, we are down a person, so if anybody knows somebody that they think would be good to serve on the commission, ask them to submit their names to the Governor's Office of Boards and Commissions.
Commissioner Fire Robin, comment?
Yes, go ahead.
Can we would it be appropriate to send some kind of a acknowledgement to Dale Nations and thank him for the decades of service?
I personally think it would be, this is the Chair Thorwald, I would think that would be highly appropriate. At least some kind of letter with the logo or whatever that thanks him for that service. Staff, can we do anything like that?
Samantha?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
we yes we can. Would anything like that ever come from the governor's office too? Because of course, ADEQ, I can ask that it
I
come, from ADEQ. Is that what you're wanting, or?
I think that would be very good, especially if we could also get it from the governor's office as well. And certainly from thanking it from the other commissioners' perspective. I mean, there's been numerous commissioners on this just since I've been on here. And Dale has been a consistent, extremely knowledgeable person all the years that I've been on here. And a resource I hate losing, but I know I just want to thank Dale. So yes, I think that would be appropriate from DEQ, and if we can get one from the governor's office.
Yeah, we'll check into it.
No, thank you.
Commissioners, any other thoughts or comments here? Hearing none, let us move on to item 4 on the agenda, call to the public. If there's anybody that would like to address the commission, this is your time to do so.
This is David Haig with the Arizona State Land Department. Just wanted to say that we successfully we had our sunset audit last year, and we had our continuation bill passed this past spring. And within that bill, there were some major changes to the minerals section and how we're going to be doing processing in the future. So offering, I guess, as a potential future agenda item to discuss those changes.
Could we put that on our agenda for our next meeting?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is Wendy Flood. David, if you could just let me know, whoever's going to be doing that, if they could just get in contact with me for title and name and that kind of aspect.
It'll be me.
Unless it's you. Okay, just checking. I'll put you on the agenda then.
Thanks.
Okay, I'll coordinate with you between now and the next meeting.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the commission?
This is Charles O'Brien. On that subject, I'm in California, and petroleum engineer 40 years. I know the rules are like for a board member, resident of Arizona for 5 years. Is there any way I could be apply as an interim until I move to Arizona?
Unfortunately, no, there is not.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anybody else that would like to address the commission? We'll move on to agenda item 5. Is there anything else that we would like to have on a future agenda? Hearing none, let us move on to item 6 on the agenda, announcements. Is there any other announcements besides the Commissioner Nations leaving? Hearing none, we will move on to item 7, adjournment. It is 10:33, and this meeting of the Arizona Oil and Gas Conservation Commission is concluded. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Everyone have a good weekend.
Everybody stay cool. It's going to be hot.